thoughts on her fans calling CPS on Ethan? What the f are you talking about, big dog? What an insane assertion. Is that even something that Ethan has said? I feel like people are now hallucinating positions that I don't even think Ethan Klein is saying. Why in the ever-loving f would I ever do that, or even one of my fans would ever do that? He said that? Bro, is there a thing that happens? Is there a thing that happens on the planet to Ethan that I am not responsible for? There is no world in which I would ever entertain that, okay? That is a psychotic thing, especially because, let me tell you why I would never do that. Because I'm not Ethan Klein, okay? That's right. I would never in a million years entertain such a thing. Never, ever, ever in a million years would I entertain such a thing. It's completely unacceptable. It's completely ridiculous. The fact that people have done that is also insane. I don't know who did it. I don't know what they did. But the notion that like I would ever entertain that is insane. Okay? What's also crazy about this process is like the only thing I've done so far in terms of Ethan Klein's like many attacks against me, which have obviously backfired on him spectacularly, and that's actually caused them to like double down, triple down, quadruple down in very meaningful ways, including like randomly going after Redditors, trying to get Reddits unbanned or trying to get Reddits banned, is that it's pure projection. It's quite literally projection. I have not done a fraction of what he has done to me in return. Like not even a fraction. Do you understand? I've also maintained the position that I think snark Reddits are genuinely not good for people's mental health. This is something that I have talked about before, time and time again. I don't think that I don't think it's a healthy thing to do. Hate watching, especially as someone who personally has a shit ton of hate watchers and content creators who are actively engaging in the hate watching and creating communities around hate watching. I know what that does to a person's mentality. Initially, it was Destiny, who has ruined his own life because of his own decisions. And now Ethan Klein is carrying the torch. If his initial analysis, if his initial argument is like, oh, well, you know, Hasan is doing snark shit to me, which I think is ridiculous, by the way, because the only thing I do is actively defend myself against his many different smears. If that is considered snark, what the is Ethan Klein's subreddit? What the is he doing every single day? He lies about every single thing that I do every day, every time he's broadcasting, including, I guess, but not limited to the fact that he somehow tied back someone engaging in a heinous act of calling Child Protective Services on him to me. Ridiculous. Truly ridiculous. The difference between Ethan and I is that I don't actually have to massage a narrative. He just actively does that to himself. He just like says wrong shit and then I respond to it and I show why it's wrong. With him, on the other hand, he has to literally take something out of context and be like, well, here it is. Here he is doing it again. I don't think I've ever talked about this. No, of course not. Of course I would never talk about any of that shit. I would never talk about his kids. I would never, like, that's ridiculous. I also don't think it's appropriate at all. And I will also personally not entertain like what may or may not have happened either. I don't think it's healthy. Yeah. I don't do calls to action either. He's the only one with calls to action. He actively tries to brigade everything that anytime a journal has ever written about me, he will post it on his Instagram to be like, go this journalist, like straight up. I mean, I'm paraphrasing. He doesn't say literally to do that. Even he is smart enough to understand that would be a bridge too far. They tried to brigade the Theo Von pod. They tried to brigade the Trash Taste pod. Like every podcast appearance I do, they're like, oh, go tell everybody he loves to do is an insane thing. Go tell everybody he loves when like there's a psychotic thing to do. And I think that there has to be some semblance of accountability here in terms of not even like accountability enforced by others, but like you got to take ownership over your own actions. If you keep doing this over and over and over and over again, like, yeah, of course, your own fan base is going to develop resentment towards you, especially if you're in the process of like banning anyone who speaks out against it. Here, October 21st, 2024, proof you've never supported Snark subreddits.
Snark is not insane though. No, dude. Anyone that is that invested in a content creator is not all there. I'm sorry. You might have been a foot soldier at a certain point and now you hate Ethan, but like going to communities like that, and I repeat this all the time, and I'm saying this at a time when Ethan is basically using, once again, a cyber stalking operation that has been ongoing for 6 years, something that he knows very well, something that he has also been in the crosshairs of as well, to launch ridiculously cynical attacks against me and all of these other people.
Something showed up on my TikTok For You page the other day, or yesterday, that I actually retweeted, but someone literally went through the effort of putting together a like 7-minute compilation of me with like the actual timeline. Someone posted a 7-minute compilation of me defending Ethan and telling people to fuck off and not to go after him and whatnot. It's wild that this man has had so much animosity and so much smoke for me. When I kept saying like, I don't want to turn this into drama. I don't want to turn it into like, I think that this is the issues that we're talking about are far more consequential. I don't think Ethan's opinion on the matter is all that significant. It's just entirely manufactured and one-sided, dude. I believe I can communicate with, that I can lead by, from literally November onward, every now and all the way until like I do care about until the past couple of months, literally all the way until the past couple of months. I was like, listen, I think Ethan is on the side of the Palestinians over and over again. This is what the foot soldiers should see, the ones that now hate me and think that this is like, my doing, that I'm single-handedly responsible for all the awful shit that's happening to Ethan, is not who I am. I will always extend charity and grace, perhaps far too long for a lot, far beyond what like other members of this community will engage in. FYI, chatters are saying he's blaming Denims, not you. They're probably drama baiting you. Apparently he's not blaming you, by the way. That was bait. Oh, great. Oh, yes, you're getting farmed, dummy. Yeah, good. Maybe in the process of me getting farmed, if they post that thing on the Ethan Klein subreddit, which has turned into Hasan Hate Hour snark, perhaps they will realize that maybe they were wrong. That's a good starting point for them, considering that they only care about Ethan Klein and like not really any of the political issues that we're talking about here. Okay? I don't know about Ethan, but there's still hope for his relatively progressive audience that think that they're like pro-Palestine.